You have a filter on your face. Isn't that enough? Now, probably need to silence this. All right, are we live yet? Yes, we're live on Instagram, and we are live on Facebook and YouTube. Hi guys, you see we have adapted to this reality. I ran this morning to get these just so that no one complains, that we're not respecting the current limitations. Talal and Edyta are enjoying their moderate lockdown in Western currently. Apparently, it's still not as strict as in other European countries. So here we go, together with these guys, our homegrown superstar and Mr. Talal. Okay, we need to get used to it. This is so exciting. Exciting to actually meet physical people, like sit down. It used to be so normal going to lunches and dinners and hanging out with friends.
Possible, right?
So it's it is really exciting. So guys, you tell us a bit about your work together. How long have you been dancing together?
She just got surprised today in the caption, because I just posted something about we've been dancing for 7 years. It was 7 years? Are you kidding me? It felt like 4.
Honestly.
I say it's normal. Last year I counted 6, so this year is 7.
I didn't remember it last year.
Don't worry, I do the counting. Don't worry.
Okay, so who does the counting? Who does
so then next year she's gonna be against it what? 8 years? Yeah.
It's a lot of time. It's many years.
So
half my life.
Yeah. She's stressed getting old, that's why.
She'll get there.
Absolutely.
Happy anniversary.
Thank
So
you.
how has it started? Because you've been active in the salsa community for years.
I was the one chasing her.
Yeah,
True. I was the one who saw some video on YouTube one day, and I was desperate to find a dance partner. And I said, okay, let's try it out.
Okay, and now I'll tell the truth. So we met at some festival, but he first started practicing with my other ladies female duet. So with my friend,
we didn't even
we practiced with you.
We had a rehearsal.
With Anya.
With Anya,
Yes. No, but you asked
I just asked,
Yeah.
but it never went that far.
Yeah. And then somehow we met for training. It went cool. We enjoyed and we stayed. That's
Exactly. And that was in December 2013, which makes sense.
So usually when you have a new duet, especially because your styles are unique, you always have a different costume, a different song. So it's a very, I'm sure, a very creative process behind it. It's hard to maintain a certain freshness over the years. Usually when you have a new duet, it's bang, it's new because it's a new quality.
Yeah.
Second show and then the third show and then it becomes all the same. So how do you guys do this
I think with us it's opposite because from the beginning it was hard to find a balance between our styles because we both dance a bit different. So the first show was crushing the ices, and then with each show we got somehow more connected.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually thanks to him because he always chooses some different strange songs, and he's just throwing me the songs listen to it. I don't want to see your face, but just listen to it now. And then I listen and I found it very interesting, and I know we can find something nice to it. I think that's what
Well, I think it is hard nowadays to catch the audience with some kind of song because you will need somehow to when you choose a song, it will anyway look like somebody else's song. That's the thing. So it is hard in the beginning, especially in the beginning when you want somehow to find your spot in this salsa community. So to come with something, let's say, new. So it has to be strange, a bit shocking, a bit different.
So you're in charge of that. You're looking for.
But she has to approve. I mean, if she doesn't approve, then so we don't go that far. I mean, I think before we choose something, I think we already proposed several choices before we get to the one. It never goes straight away to the first choice. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So a lot of propositions. Yeah, but a lot of propositions, and then we get to choose something. And to add something, I think it's we said different in how we dance or how we see or even how we hear the music because of the different background, the different also
culture
and the roots we both are taking for dancing. But we manage. I mean. It's not boring. I mean, that's,
Yeah, that's for
it's not
sure.
boring.
That's for
It's
sure.
not boring.
So, what is it like to be a non-Latino duet in the Latin community? What are the advantages and disadvantages? What do you have to cope with?
That's an interesting question.
Wow. The thing, I think the only thing that we miss as non-Latinos is this very first background, musical background that like most of Latinos they grew up with. But I think like I think as humans we can learn everything as long as we spend like time, dedication, and passion.
And I think, I think mostly passion, because you can learn everything, but you cannot learn the way you enjoy the music. I mean, you can learn certain steps, certain like riffs and everything, but at the end, it's how the music comes to us, how we hear it, how we really love it, like during the day when we listen to it. So I think that's what makes us feel Latino.
To believe in your own interpretation,
Yes.
right? Because I'm sure that a lot of people internationally, they may be asking themselves the same question: No, is my interpretation okay?
Yeah.
Do I hear this okay?
But that put us also in a situation where people are divided into sides. Some Latinos they approve what we're doing and they really enjoy this. Like, oh, guys, you're doing so cool for non-Latinos. But you have those Latinos who's like, it's like what you guys are doing is like
Yeah, it's not
what is
salsa.
this? But anyways,
That
cannot
discussion
please
is
everyone.
everywhere. I started dancing tango lately, and they also have the discussion between
Yeah.
tradition and modern interpretation. What is dance?
You cannot please everyone at the end. So.
Hello from Italy. Hello.
Hello, let's see.
Gianluca.
Okay, so
Silvia, what did you say?
so guys, you are a happy dancing couple. You always talk highly about yourself, but let's talk for a while. What can go wrong? Please, this would be a lot more not controversial, maybe difficult, because we see this all the time. There are couples merging, there are couples splitting up. There is a rotation. I mean, it's natural, but why does this happen? Is there a burnout? Is there a lack of respect? What happens?
Who's talking?
I don't know. For me, like what can go wrong is if you're missing the respect, and that's all. Because I know anything. We can sometimes have different opinions. Like we have different kind of. Like I'm used to different kind of training, and he's used to different kind of training. So sometimes we don't meet in the middle. But still, if I know we want the same, we have the same aim, and we respect each other,
Can
that's
you be more specific? Like he's lazy and you're hardworking.
No, it's not like this. No, but what I learned, for example, from Talal, because for me it's like, okay, enter to the training. It's training time. That's it. I don't want to laugh. I don't want to, even if it hurts, even if I don't feel like okay, it's training time. And he's like still like showing me, you can still enjoy it. Like even if it's our work, even if our aim is the same, we can. Okay, we need to delete. Okay.
Somebody fighting.
So that's not a good partnership. So because I get lost. So yeah. So.
But I can also say the opposite. I mean, let's say I'm the kind of person who might take it like so easy during the training, and let's say, for example, Edita is the opposite. She would go hard until she gets what she wants, and that's it. While I can be the kind of person who's like, okay, if it doesn't work this time, it will work tomorrow. But she will keep it until the last second of the training. Okay, let's try until we can do it. So.
But what I said, if we have the same aim, like we both know we want to deliver the best show, and we both want the same, like we don't argue about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I can add something to this about like how we could last together, comes to my mind 2 points. I think one of the things is the ego. So that means once you
Thank you for mentioning it.
If you can control your ego, it means when it has to do with partnership, there is no leader and follower. We're both dealing with this. I mean, in what I miss, she has, and what she misses, I have, and then we can go together. Okay. Then
so nobody's better from the other.
No, and second thing also, I think I just mentioned it today in one of the posts. I talked about loyalty. That means I think the partnership, Edyta and Talal, somehow gave us something. Okay, And no matter how we could evolve, because we evolve separately as well in different
Ways.
design-wise or other businesses, but we didn't give up on Talal Edyta because it's still something that gave us something, and it's still giving us. So the loyalty to that couple, which is Talal Edyta, is something that also we care about. So no matter how we evolve differently, that for example, tomorrow Edyta can go on her own and it's fine. I can go on my own and it's fine. And we can still evolve and do like great business separately. Yet we're still there because somehow we believe in the couple that although it gave us something, we still keep it because we know it's still gonna give something.
Maybe the fact that there is freedom to do other things is what makes it valuable. Because when I was looking at Edyta's career, the fact she was in Latin soul dancer, and she was probably super exhausted from what I heard and so on. But she had the space to do other things. Sometimes when you're stuck with one partner and there are no other ways, like you can't now we're dancing still together, so we're not gonna dance with anyone else. And then there's lack of inspiration because sometimes you just want to go and try new things. So what I'm hearing is that having the space also makes you want to stick together, makes you respect.
I think so. I think also like working with different people brings always something new to the couple. So I know I've learned a lot with Latin soul, but still I want to like continue with our style, putting something.
So what would it be like now if Talal had another project, like another partner on the side, or?
Well, I think I tried once, and I even showed her what I was doing. And the thing is, it never lasts with other people because of different reasons. Because with other people or with other partners, I don't have what I have, for example, with Ika. So that's why that proves actually that it cannot last with everyone. And it cannot match with everyone.
It can be for a moment.
But we'll keep this open. I mean, like I know that she had, for example, different projects with other people.
The idea of an open relationship. In this
I
Don't copy this on everything. Okay? In dancing, open relationship in dancing. Okay.
Depends on personal preference, being on different people. Let us address the comments. Marina, hello from Ireland. I really enjoyed the festival last year. I was looking forward to it this year. Yes, we would be right now in hardcore organizing times. It will be happening next week, but unfortunately it became impossible. So we moved it to May. 7th to 9th of May is the current date. As long as it's possible. If not, we will keep moving it. But not right now. We actually have two events because we have the social edition, which is a small version for the pandemic circumstances, and then we have the usual November huge event, which we don't know when it's going to be possible to organize. So May social edition, guys. Someone has a birthday. Happy birthday to Kumar. Happy birthday, Kumar.
So you're using our interview to celebrate.
Okay. Edyta, what you learned from Talal and how this partnership is helping you in the dancing career? Same question for Talal.
I think we already mentioned a bit, but I like the
Ruggiero, 7 years, they just said at the beginning. Hi, Ashio. She wants to dance with you. Okay.
So what we said was what is happening. So that's what I said. Like the treating the dance itself. Sometimes I take it too hard, and after some time when you take it so hard, you can burn out easily. And you show me, but still, even if you didn't do it perfect, you still enjoyed, you still can have fun with it, and that's something very, very, very precious, I think. And also a way of looking at the stuff. So even when we do choreography, I'm used to certain kind of this kind of accent, we take it this way, and he's like, no, but we don't have to. We can do something like this. And then in the beginning, I'm like, and then we try, and then it's like, that's actually cool. Okay, let's keep it.
Creativity.
What I can add to this is that, and that's something that can be, let's say, for in many fields. I mean, if you want to partner with someone, you better partner with someone who is in the same vision like you, which means I think if we had some kind of, let's say. If I call it, there is no, let's say, ultimate success, but some success or some position in the salsa world. Some people, they might think it's luck. I would say yes, but I think we were there to grab our chance, which means we've been working separately before we meet. Okay, let's say, and we've been maybe waiting for the moment to have that moment to get to the higher level. So separately, or Edyta or myself. Once we met, we kept doing the same thing. That means, let's take an example for now. We are in a pandemic moment, okay? everything stops. We don't know when things
Mhm.
are gonna start. Yet we're still preparing ourselves
Mhm.
to whatever comes next. That means we're still there. And if you go and see, for example, Edita working in the rehearsals, it's like tomorrow is gonna be the Congress. So
Mhm.
she's going like really hardcore on it, and yeah. So I think it's something to something which is inspiring. That means it's like working until we can no more, which is actually just. If I would be working by myself, I would say I would take it easy. But I think being with someone who's like, let's say, pushing, it's like, okay, you can do nothing but following.
What I'm hearing from what you're saying is that we have our differences, and we know how to use the differences to make us better.
There you go.
And I had a business partnership of 11 years, and in good times we were creating an empire using our differences. Like he would be taking care of this, and I would be taking care of this, and then together we had this.
Mm-hmm.
But then in bad times it started to clash. You don't do it my way, you don't do it my way. And then it became a disaster. So I think just having this distance and this perspective of just, I think it's respect, what you said at the beginning,
Yes.
right?
And also, I think it's important to mention that we never lived in the same country or city.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some, of
Distance
course,
helps.
distance helps. And that kind of things, distance helps because I don't see him every day. And also very successful couples, but they even live together in the same apartment, the same city. They see each other every day. They eat together. It's normal at some point. Yeah, it's.
So just in case you guys are watching, those who ask the same questions, like, how do you manage to practice together? So, well, we practice as we can whenever we meet. And
I mean,
that's
these
it.
guys have a relatively flexible schedule. Like they don't work in an office in the corporate
Exactly.
world, till
Yeah.
7. So Talal is a lot in work, so he flies. Edita was living in Milan for a couple of years.
3-4 years.
3-4 years. So
Bad with numbers, maybe it's
I'm
5. I think it's more.
2 years. And
Like
2 years.
4 too.
We have a question. Edita, who's your biggest dancing inspiration? Do you have any?
I have many. To be honest, I have many dance inspirations. I think the biggest one is Tanya. For me, it's for many years. Tanya Adolfo, of course, but as a female, it's Tanya because she combines everything together.
And someone asked me a question earlier. Do you agree with COVID? We won't be touching politics here. There's nothing to agree with. We're living with it.
We support.
Okay, Cuba. Hi guys. Who's choosing the music for your shows? Edita for Talal, one for Talal. Looking forward to hearing Dance Floor with Eddie soon. That's your fan. Talal just said that he was the one who brings music ideas.
No, but the last one, I think, the last one.
Yeah, the last one, I've read it. But normally he looks for it and then we approve or disapprove.
Okay, so now.
Sorry for you, Edita.
And no questions about bachata today, okay?
Why is bachata better?
I don't know what's his name. The guy who told me like, so give us 5 good reasons why bachata is better than salsa. I was like,
That's pretty funny. Guys, now in many duets, a lot of the times it's first girlfriend and boyfriend, and then they start working together, and then a lot of times people work together, then they get intimate, and then they become a couple. And what are the advantages, disadvantages, and
So finally somebody asked this question in public.
I'm sorry.
I remember one day. I remember one day we saw like one of our friends who are teachers, and they're a couple in life as well, and they're like dance teacher, and we saw them fighting. I mean, I saw them fighting. I don't know if Rita remembers this. And then I still remember I told her, like, see, that's why we never need to get together. You see, because I think when we are not together as a couple, we take critics easily without taking it like in a personal way, for example.
Yeah, because you don't sleep in the same bed, it's easier to
Yeah.
distance yourself.
I mean, even for example, until yesterday, she would tell me, well, I still don't like this kind of cross, or I don't like this, I don't like the step. Please, you're hurting my shoulder. Please do this. And I would say like, well, okay. And I deal with it. That's it. What to do? No, but that's true. Because at that moment, no relationship, no ego, and the only thing that
So
matters.
but if you were in a relationship, would that hurt your ego? Would you be?
I don't know. We're not there. We're not in this situation. We're not in this situation. It never was.
I think it's
And then it would hurt you that he's hurting
exactly,
you.
and then we would argue,
We're
and then
dancing like shit today, you know.
but it's your fault. No, it's your fault. Yeah, so that.
Yeah, but I
think
didn't
that-
sleep well, and I had other problems. I had to take care of this in case, and oh no, sorry.
Yeah, there's still like we're very close as friends. I would say, like I would say he's my brother, but still there's kind of like distance.
Mhm.
Like I would say that it doesn't allow me to tell you like you just like shit today. Like I'll never do it.
She says in a diplomatic way. No, the thing is like when it comes to this point, I think the only thing that what matters is the ultimate goal, and all what comes before criticism or anything like this. So we take it more in a constructive way. We don't take it bad. We don't take it. So we keep going. And so that's
No,
it.
it's actually it's a very good piece of information. I remember when I was in relationships and I danced, and then there were different goals because someone wanted to do a better show and someone wanted to go on a trip together. You know, so
Exactly.
and then you start having different priorities, right? Who wants a perfect show? Who wants fun? Who wants not to work too much? You know,
Yeah.
work more.
Yeah.
So yeah, then there are suddenly other subjects which don't concern you appear. So
Yeah, it's I think it's that's why we keep on working together.
Mhm.
okay, how about money? So what's because sometimes people are underpaid, overpaid, and they split up because
Who is
they're-
overpaid? I want to know.
when he's overpaid and you're
Okay. Makes sense. No,
I think we're fine.
yeah. No, so I mean, normally Talal is the one dealing
Mhm.
with the people, but he always asks me like, he tells me at the beginning of the year, okay, this year we're gonna work
Mhm.
more or less on this these prices, and each time it's or under or over, he always asks me, is it still okay? And
But the best thing is like when Edita gets her envelope and she opens it and she's very happy. So that means, that means
You
we're
like that?
fine.
You like that?
That means we're fine. No.
Uh-huh.
yeah, just, no, to be honest, sometimes I even don't know how much I'm gonna earn, then he gives me an envelope and I'm like,
I think it's very important if we take it from like business wise. I think if we take it this way, I think if both sides are happy financially, which is, I mean, of course we do it for the passion, we love it and everything.
Of course.
But
Me too.
true. But like when you get this reward, I would say, I mean, it's also kind of recognition of the work of the person, which means like
Yeah.
we both need to be compensated for what we do.
Feel valued.
Exactly. And that's something that also helps also in building this good partnership and make things last.
It's amazing how standards have changed over the years because when I was coming into the community, it was like it beginning as a female partner, very pocket money, and then there was this discussion. I remember when I was trying to negotiate that, you know, that when I'm teaching workshops with you, I'm also there with my time, and I would like to get paid not only for the show, but also for the workshop. Maybe you can pay me by 1/4, maybe it doesn't have to be half, and then I'd hear that it's my brand, it's my name, and it's my class. So,
it
but
still happens nowadays.
yeah, I mean, I talk to a lot of women, and I know that generally there is a tendency to treat women as equals. But I'm not sure. Maybe you know more.
No, I mean, I think we're dealing with this in a better way because it's not true that it's my class or her class. It's our class.
Yeah.
Her show or my show is our show. Also, like the same question that we have with money is we have with. So who does the choreography? And I'm like, well, her, me, depends. So yeah, I mean, what is the point? It's like the final result actually. And if we talk about like being compensated, I think like we're not still in Talal's brand or Edita's brand. I think we are both not. When we get invited, we get invited as a couple.
Yeah.
We're not invited. Okay, Talal and bring anyone, or Edita come and bring anyone. So we're invited as a
Well, it
couple.
was a very strong from the very beginning. Very strong brand. I think it was probably the best you have done ever when you came out with.
Yes.
Oh, for me too. For me, I
Definitely.
mean, only the thing that we're together for 7 years now. So.
Yeah.
I start saying passion alone is good, money alone is good, passion plus money, amazing. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
Rosa.
Okay, let me look into my notes.
Kuba said he used to teach bachata. That's true. I remember that.
Teach bachata, no? You don't teach
I still
bachata?
teach bachata sometimes, not with Talal.
Yeah.
We danced once, bachata at the party.
Once in 10
We
years.
still have pictures because I was
I'm in the video.
crying, I was laughing like I couldn't stop all the song.
Well, Edyta is a samba dancer, bachata.
Yeah,
It
used to be something.
Pole dancer.
How do you
I learned
guys
from her.
cope with stress and stage fright?
Never. We don't know.
You don't
We
get the
don't-
butterflies?
Not butterflies, like a ball of fire.
You don't cope.
You wanna pee. I mean, everything happens to you just before going to the stage. I don't. I don't know if she does, but like no matter which stage,
Yeah.
even if it's even if it's like the smallest stage ever, it's still the same. For myself, it's like
Yeah.
the same stress.
Yeah. In the moment, it happened few times for me that I was very busy, like doing shows every day almost, and we had these small stages. Sometimes that I didn't feel stressed before the show, and then after show I felt really bad.
Yeah.
When there's no stress, it means like I'm not emotionally
Ready.
into it,
You're not
involved
trying.
in this show.
You're not
Exactly.
trying so hard.
Exactly. So then the shows from outside, it can look okay, but then I'm like, I don't like doing this. It's like
I always remember when I wasn't stressed, then it meant I wasn't mobilized and I would mess up.
exactly, or mess up, or just don't give 100% out of you.
I don't know if some of the dancers can also feel this, but you know this feeling in the first second of the show, you feel like your legs are empty.
Yes. You're not gonna do it.
Your legs can't stand you no more, you know. Oh
I
God.
used to hate
Oh.
that stomach crunch.
Yeah.
If any suggestion for any pills or any medication for that, please. We're open.
But thank you for being so honest. Because some dancers says I love it. They do what they do, and I'm
No, I love it. I love this feeling, but only because of the feeling that comes after. So
I think it also comes from the moment that like you have the feeling that like you're in front of an audience, no matter how big or small it is, and these audiences they're expecting to see something, and you have to meet this expectation. And even if in their eyes you will look good and everything, but you're never satisfied about yourself. It's like
Am I good enough? Am I good enough?
I'm gonna be criticized.
but I think it helps that we're together in this. So I really a lot of admiration to all of the or ladies or guys who perform by themselves in a solo show. I did it once and it was I felt really bad. So only the thing that we're together in this stress, it helps a lot. I think.
I wouldn't want to dance alone anymore. I think
You dance, you dance.
you feel naked on stage.
I also did it.
I mean, I think respect for those who do solos. I think they, for me, they are
You're
some of
strong
them they're-
mentally as
and
well.
they're amazing in what they do. I mean, actually, and a lot of respect to them.
Yeah, fingers crossed for another 7 years. Only 14.
More wrinkles and gray
I
hair.
love to watch you when you dance, but you have a unique style.
Thank you, Katerina.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay.
That is my other small one. That's a great question.
Yeah, you have a full list.
Mhm.
Just the couple, so it's a little bit different in the personal career. What is your dream project together?
Well,
Got this question already. I was watching you guys interview. I was like, I don't know how I would respond to that.
no. I mean, yeah. First of all, is to restart again. No,
That's
Our
our
expectations
Yeah.
are lowered right now.
I mean, there is
That's
nothing.
the dream project.
Yeah.
Do a show.
Yeah, we have our costumes ready. Everything is there. We just need to start again. Well, I mean, I think for now the only thing we can expect, since as I said, we don't live in the same city, and we don't. We're not a couple, for example, in life. I mean, we evolve differently. We probably maybe have different projects separately, but the only thing we care about right now is that like we want this brand to last as long as possible, which is like Edyta and Talal and all the things we've done. Even when we look back to the last 7 years, it's full of memories, different countries, people we met, amazing stages, and we only expect to see more of that in the coming future. If it opens ways to other projects and other things, I think we will embrace it. We're open to that. But as for now, we just want to keep going.
Okay.
I hope I understand.
Yes.
You do not consider it. This is an addiction. Yeah. It is. We're all addicted. So guys, how about your life partners, boyfriend and girlfriends? How do they put up with your work and friendship? I knew I had
Well, I think during the last 7 years, let me be the first.
Okay.
During the last 7 years, it will all depend on with who you are.
Yeah.
Which means those who will be understand that what you're doing is job, and they respect you, respect your relationship with your dance partner. There should be trust. There should be self-confidence of the other person. She needs to be, or he needs to be self-confident that okay. And also the
just
fact
because you have an amazing dance partner, it means you're not going to leave me. I mean,
she's pretty.
That kind of self-confidence.
So during all these periods, it all depends on who you are. Some people will definitely take it, and those who will be a little bit, let's say, anxious about it. So the only thing you need to do is to deal with it. So, and here's something I'm sure about it. Dancing and what I do is what keeps me going. It's my passion. It gives me so many things, beautiful things in life, personal or in I mean for business or stuff like this. So for me, it's something that must last. I think we all believe that relationships nowadays they come, they last, they finish, they start again, and so on. So if there's something I can say that I'm sure about is that my passion for dancing, and that's something I want to invest in. Okay. I'm not against like relationships or stuff like that, but if I will have to, when at the moment I had to, for example, choose between or a relationship or dancing, and I'm talking about this since I was 25, and I'm almost 40, so that's 15 years ago. I still remember I had to make a choice between or keeping a relationship or dancing, and I chose dancing. And I don't regret my choice at all. Probably I missed maybe the fact of being in a family, in a basic job with kids and stuff.
But that's the choice.
Could be, but I think I'm in a much better place right now.
I think I have nothing more to add. I would also choose dance
because she's still 25.
Till now, I'm only 25, but till now, I also always choose dance. If I need to choose, then it's obvious what I would choose. But also until now, for the 7 years, I never had problem, because people, when they see like what kind of connection we have, like they know you cannot say anything. In the meaning, like if you're jealous, you're just stupid. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's a really rough situations. I mean, I also always say that I'm in a long-lasting relationship with my passion.
Yeah,
because I think normally people are life partners are more jealous about the passion itself. That we give it a lot of attention to the dance itself, not only like how to say like
work.
Like work, yeah. Not only I'm jealous of Talal, I'm jealous of giving that you give so much time to your passion.
But there is something to it. I mean, there is no smoke without fire. I think it's also about the way salsa environment is promoted, which means sometimes there's like a lot of stories, gossips, this and that, who's going with who and stuff like this. Sometimes they give salsa word is kind of dirty and everything, which so for someone from outside or even from inside, they can be like full of doubts, which is not having a relationship within that. Yet I think we have a different approach to this work, which means if we be just like salsa consumers, maybe, but we're not salsa consumers. We are let's say, I hate to say that, we're salsa professionals. I mean, we do it because we love it, and in the hours we spend to produce something is I mean, we cannot even count them. That means it's not about what we do during the festival, the congress. It's all what we do outside the congress or an event. And then when we go to an event or congress, it's the moment where we just simply show what we have worked on. Exactly. So we don't even have, like, let's say, time or energy to even spend on other purposes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we remain human. We might meet like that perfect woman or that perfect man in a salsa world, but you could also meet him or meet her in a cafe somewhere. Okay, so that's what I want to say. I mean, we spend a lot of time actually working on our passion outside the salsa environment that will come within. We're simply busy showing it, producing it, and God knows how much time we spend also in simply in our room just resting before going back on stage or going back to the class. I mean, we also miss the social dancing, socializing with people. We don't socialize as much as people socialize.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a different experience. Different as an organizer, different as a customer, different as a professional.
Yeah.
You're not hanging out as much as
No.
think. Hello,
We don't.
Edyta.
We don't stay until 6, for example.
So it's just, it just made me sad. You know, there's no place for a relationship when you have such an active salsa life. Is that the conclusion, or?
I wouldn't say there are exceptions. There are exceptions, and I think we know some of them, and they are still together and they're lasting. So
people who are not working together, or
I mean, I would say that, this goes also for people from outside the salsa world. I mean,
this is always a question, you know, as women when we talk. It's either someone completely from outside of the world, but then what's their attitude towards dancing, right? And in the salsa world, and sometimes there is the ego issue: who's more famous, who's more successful. It's a very difficult ground.
Yeah. But yeah, we know some people who
yes, they're doing fine in their private lives.
Okay, let's move to an easier question. The most
let's see how easy.
exciting or inspirational place you've been to together traveling for salsa.
Wow. 35 countries you counted today, right? 35 countries.
Wow.
Can you say it again? Inspirational?
Most inspirational, interesting, or somehow special place that you've been to together.
It's hard to answer.
Because there have been some places who were inspirational because of the people.
yeah.
Like Azerbaijan, for example, like the place I would never go. Yeah, like I would never go there. And I went there. I didn't know anything. And the people were so welcoming that I still today I remember it.
Yeah. Martinique, Japan.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, Japan for me was like, it was my first and only time that we went there together, and it was like, wow.
Morocco, because Edyta likes the food there.
Yes.
And you like the desert.
What else?
That's
yeah.
Yeah,
and in any place, in every place, we
yeah.
find something. We find something different, or beautiful places, or amazing people. Like,
yeah.
We always have a good experience.
But then we can also divide places or events into type of let's say crowd and stages, and for example, let's say dancing performing in a small event in Batumi in Georgia is not like performing in El Sol, for example. You know what I mean? So being in front of less than 100 people is not like being in front of 2,000, 3,000 people, and that's a different excitement. You know what I mean? So there are like different things.
Yeah, but also performing in even a smaller crowd, but in Japan or Korea, where you have no idea how they will react. It's also a different kind of.
South Korea was also surprising.
Yes. There were not many, but they made noise of all. And so
like 1,000,
yeah.
When you guys design your costume, what do you take into account? What does the process look like?
Well, yeah, a lot of brainstorming, I would say. That means we. Well, I mean, first of all, of course, the song should be inspiring. I mean, what goes with that song?
Yeah, that's the first thing.
So we have the song in mind, and then we start, let's say, seeing things. And of course, you will need inspiration. No matter how good you are, you will need inspiration somehow. And we try to check like what other people have done before, how we can avoid doing the same thing, like still some like it could be an inspiration, but without like really copying straight with the same thing. And then we add, of course, at the end our last touch according to how many stones Edyta wants on her costume. Lately, I even decided with my own costume. She decided all. No, but it has to be like this. No, this is classic. This is no. And I was like, shit.
Okay, you decide. Yeah, but it's first of all the song, and then it's not only we don't start the costume until we start the choreography. So only during the choreographing process we see what kind of, for example, for me, what kind of dress, if it has to move, if it has to be tight, and all that kind of
It has
stuff.
to be open. It has to be.
Yeah.
And color?
With the song, it goes with the song, I think.
Every song has a color.
Yeah.
So you feel
It's
like,
like
oh,
that.
I feel pretty in red, or I feel
No.
We always try to find something different, not to be similar to
True,
what you
true,
did.
true.
Yes, every song has a color.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You hear a song, you see the color.
Mm-hmm.
Salsa de Brujas.
Belgium.
Belgium.
How is the lockdown?
Yeah, how was the lockdown in Belgium?
That was last week they started.
Okay.
So I flee Belgium
Well,
one day
if they do
before.
lockdown here, where do
No, but I prefer to be locked down here. At least I can use my time.
walk on the street?
No.
You go to
We can
the
practice. Yeah, we can
We
be
can
salsa.
try.
Either.
It's like being
Guys,
locked down.
if you wanna spend lockdown in a good way, come to Poland. There's still like 1 week before we get locked probably, so
Yeah, we got
you better hurry up.
I teach classes in the morning.
Yeah, there are
Yeah.
classes. We still teach classes here. So,
Good,
with
good.
people.
Actual physical.
Yeah, not virtual.
When you look at your duet from today's perspective, would you give yourself any advice to yourself at the age of -7? Anything?
A bit more maturity, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely
For
what I would
me, would be to care less what people think about
Were
me.
you 18? If you're 25 now?
And she was like 19 when she started.
Okay.
Why she never likes to answer these questions? You're like,
So say care less. You said.
Care less, because before, and even before, I mean, even 1 year ago,
Every woman says that. Yeah.
I cared too much, like, oh, what people would say, if people would like it, or if I do this, if I do that, just don't do that. You shouldn't care much. Yeah, that's it. Only the people you are important for you, of course. Close people to you, it's important what they think about what you do, or you can ask them advice. But don't think about the crowd, because there will be always somebody who don't like what you do.
why did I say maturity? Did I
You
answer wrong?
see?
Did I answer wrong with the questions?
So how would you like to have been more mature back then?
No. I think I understood. I understood the question wrong. I said, how do you see yourself back then and now? So I said, like, from 7 years ago until now, I think we got more mature, which is actually wrong.
Of course.
That's what I meant.
Thank God. If we were the same.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever get, guys, like a passion crisis, like you say, oh, I don't want to do another show, or everything has been done
How many questions she has?
every week?
No, to be honest, like, of course, nowadays when we have less shows, less possibilities, you're full of passion. I remember I had some times, like last year, 2 years ago, when after so many months of working on stuff, I was like, I don't enjoy it anymore. So then you need to take a break, how to not to quit, but to have a break, and then the passion
So how
comes
does
back.
your break look like normally? So what you have gigs, every weekend after another. So how do you take a break?
So then I don't take a break. And it only gets to the point when there's Christmas time, and once a year, then I always come here. First, I need to spend some time with my family, to relax, not to check my phone all the time. And only then I can meet with him for training.
But is that what, 2 weeks? Is that enough?
It has to.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be. Yeah.
Well,
So that's how you recharge.
in my case, it's different because I don't think I dance as much as Edita, because Edita is involved in
My
different projects.
only. Yeah, and it's my only work.
Yeah, but it could be your only work and only doing one thing, but she's involved in different projects.
Yeah, ladies.
This and that and that and that. So that takes a lot of time. Not only the time spending with
And
the
coordinating.
yeah, not only the time spending for
Organizing.
training, but all the preparation before, because it's not throwing a choreography like this, it doesn't come overnight. So sometimes she says like, okay, Talal, we go for training, but like come 1 hour later, because during 1 hour I'm preparing the choreography. Which one? Because, I lost track for days and this and that. In my case, so I kind of like I canalize my dancing, sorry, or for the class I give in Belgium, or for the projects I have in Italy. Okay, I don't even do like choreographies for students or something like that because the time is spared, so I do it for other projects. And I think it's maybe that's why
You have the freshness.
yeah, exactly.
But
mm,
yeah, sorry. In that case, that also what gives me freshness to me that I work on different projects and I work on different stuff. Okay, with Adolfo, a very classic style that we work on one kind of things. Here we work on more creativity, and then I do some bachata projects. So a ladies project, everything is a bit different. So it gives me like a fresh look on this, even if it's always tiring, but it's different and it's nice. So,
What advice could you give to the new coming talent working in duets?
I gave my
You
advice
gave
in the last
already.
interview.
I would say to be always humble, to know that you can always study more, and don't stop studying. That's it. Keep on showing yourself, but you never stop studying. Because I see a lot of talents like going on a stage for the first time, and that's it. Okay, that's it. It's a bit. I shouldn't go to take a class, right? Because I'm an artist now, so I shouldn't go to take a class.
It's a lifelong journey.
Exactly. You never should stop taking classes.
And regarding partnership, to have a good start in a partnership.
Respect yourself, respect each
So,
other.
I don't know. Can you elaborate, because that's such a word. I think people can understand many different things under respect, or just not understand respect. What does that mean in practice?
Go. Yeah, but
And the most important thing is to have a long-term vision. Okay, where are we taking this? Okay,
Competition, congresses, local
that,
work.
that's
what do you
one.
mean?
That's one. And then if you wanna have a final good result, you should do everything to get to that final good result. Which means no need to put things in the front, such as we said in the beginning, the ego, claiming for credits, wants to be organized like I'm the one who's leading, she's just the one following, or she's leading. No, I mean we put things together. We're teaming. We have to understand the word teaming together. I mean, if we're together in this and we want to be a couple, a dancing couple, and want to last, we're teaming. I bring something, you bring something. I do my part, you do your part. We cooperate together. No ego. We accept, like, say, criticism, constructive one, criticism. Okay, and then we do it without question, which means we don't have to wait to be in the spotlight to give our best. We give our best, and then the spotlights will come anyways. Okay, so it might not come this year, maybe the year after, but we have to do it no matter what. And then we dedicate ourselves until we get there. And as I said, the best thing to deal with is the ego. If you can control your ego and leave it on the side, for me, everything will go perfectly.
As you were talking, the one thing came to my mind as I've spoken to people in the community. There was always a thing happening like, oh, we're not good enough because you don't turn fast enough. Oh, we are not good enough because
like putting blame on
because
one
you
another.
don't do the split, or or we're not successful because he doesn't have a good body movement. That there's the blaming, that because of you we don't achieve. And I think people sort of, they get into a trap, right? Because when they lose distance and that happens, how do you shift your focus so that, you obviously didn't have that problem because you picked the perfect dance partner who can split, spin.
That's I cannot spin. I split just a bit. There's always something
She's
to work
satisfied
on.
about her dancing. You're wrong.
No, there's always something to work on. There's always something some of us do in the wrong way. So like, I can't imagine to put the blame on one single thing or one single person.
That happens a lot. Like, not with you, but that happens when I talk to people.
Maybe, but to be honest, I think I think we're in the right position to say that we know more or less the salsa community, okay, and good names in the salsa world, okay, groups or couples and everything. And to be honest, when you see them dancing, they're not all good together. They complete each other. Everybody's bringing something. You know what I mean? I think I've never. I know some dancers, for example. They're like really like top dancers in the world. I don't think they spin or they split or they do like crazy stuff. Yet they are there and they have their position in their place. We don't want to mention names, of course, but as I said, there should be something missing somewhere. So it's about like completing each other, okay? And to know how to, by being together, showing the best quality of the two of
What
us
we
or
have.
to
Exactly.
the front, okay?
Yeah.
And then
So if I, for example, I'm always afraid of acrobatic stuff. So we won't push it like something we're gonna put, but we won't push it to the okay, that's our thing. So I prefer not to show it, but we show different part of ourselves that it's good and that's it.
I just had a conclusion there. I think responsibility, because when it's people need to be responsible when you partner up with someone, and you need to be responsible for your choice. So don't blame your partner for not doing this or that. Just be responsible for the choice you've made. You're dancing together and look for the advantages,
Exactly, and you look for what you can do from what you had.
not for what you can't do.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's all about looking to.
Yeah, I think I wanted to talk about it because it's I think it's a common issue also locally. It's
Yeah, don't look for the bad sides, but look for the good sides and how we can use them.
yeah, and there is also no perfection. There is always room for improvement. There is nothing perfect. I mean,
yeah, that's a good point.
there's always room for improvement, and we're for sure now better than what we used to be, like say 7 years ago. We still know that there is still room for improvement for our style. Yeah.
Individuality also so important. Individuality,
Yeah,
being
yeah.
unique in a way, right?
Yeah.
And if you're not perfect, of course, study, learn, develop, but it's
But
interesting.
it shouldn't stop you that, okay, I don't feel perfect, so I will not go on stage or I will not do it.
True.
That's what you learned.
Yeah.
You taught me. Like, it's not perfect, I don't want to show it. It's like, yeah, but it will get better. Don't worry.
So who panics more, like when you're about to? Let's say you have a new show next week. It's your premiere, and you're like, no, it's not good.
How you can say it's you? Seriously? I still remember. There's one story I need to say. Like we were, because each year we choose like the congress we do the premiere, and like for the first 3-4 years we're doing it in Morocco. So there was one show we did, and and we danced it for the first time. And I got up on stage and I was like, yeah, so how was it? I was like so pissed off. I didn't want to talk to him. It's like, I told him, Talal, that was the first and last time we're doing something. I was like so serious, like, it's the last time we do something like this. I don't want to perform until we're ready. And I was like,
I let her by herself.
yes. And he was satisfied. He was like, okay, for the first time it was okay. I was like so pissed.
I let her.
And he did a good thing. He left me. I was like, I calmed down.
The power of walking out. That's so good sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was her moment of like feeling pissed, which can happen to all of us. I mean, and I understand her point because we all want to show the best of
Yeah.
us.
And now when I watch this video, I'm like,
she took it.
I was right.
She took it like from
So you're more of a perfectionist. He's more about enjoying.
No, not true. Not true. I also care about like the.
No, of course.
I care about my game, and also I want to listen. No matter what you want, you also want, for example, your dance partner to be happy. That means you cannot allow yourself to screw it that much. I think we all do it somehow on stage. Like all dancers have screwed up like a little bit there, here or there. But you care about how she feels during and after. So that means you want also to give you have the pressure of the crowd and also But one of the things that I have told once, and I think I can still confirm it, is like I've worked with different ladies before. For example, when I was still trying to have like, let's say, a real partnership with someone. And going on stage was always full of worries because I was not sure about what the girl is gonna do. You know what I mean? While with Edyta, I would say total confidence because I know even if she will somehow screw it up,
Just like somehow or
she
cover
can,
it.
yeah. She knows how. So that's why peaceful.
Stage
So
train.
from that side, I'm peaceful. Other side, so yeah.
So you only have to be responsible for yourself.
Yeah.
So that's.
It's even worse.
Okay, now tell us a funny story from your 7 years.
Okay, I'm worried. Now I'm worried.
Hey, it's like a recent one. So, listen,
Yeah.
we've been to Martinique.
Ah.
And Martinique is a beautiful island, and hello to the people of Martinique. We love you from here, okay? And then, when it has to do with Martinique, so we go for a bit longer time because we want to enjoy the island. So I went to, like, say, 2 days before the Congress. She came 1 day before the Congress. We had a car, we rented a car, and we're doing our tours and everything. And then the last day before coming back, we had our tickets with the flight planned at 9 p.m., so 9 in the evening, all right? So we said, okay, Edyta, it's Monday. We're gonna spend our day visiting.
After Congress,
On the
like we
beach.
go on a beautiful
And
beach, like
okay.
we have whole day.
What we didn't know is like the flight schedule changed, and instead of flying at 9 p.m., the flight was scheduled at 6 p.m., 3 hours before. That means by 3 o'clock, 3 p.m., we were supposed to do our check-in. Edyta was posing for me at the beach, taking photo session. Photo session. Honestly, when I see these pictures, I remember
That's
the
the
drama.
time you should be boarding.
So at 6 o'clock, it was the flying time, and I just arrived with the car, to park. 6
And
o'clock.
he left me with the luggage. He's like, I will leave the car and.
No, when I arrived, I got the SMS. Your flight is about to take off. SMS.
Like boarding closed.
Boarding closed. I was like, wait a minute. So the only thing I did, I just put all the suitcases outside. I said, Edyta, go to the airport right now, check what it is. I'm gonna just give the car away to the car service, right? And so we realized that the flight, the plane left without us actually. She had a Congress straight away to Singapore. That means if she would be missing that flight means missing all the connections to get Singapore. How much was the flight one way?
7,000 euros.
Stuff like this.
And I didn't have costumes.
I had a trip planned to the desert afterwards. If I wouldn't get it, that means my people will go without me. So the only thing we were trying to find solutions. Luckily, we could find a spot with, I don't know how, you can't
Because
imagine
the flights were overbooked because people were going on the holiday.
drive.
Exactly. Like, okay, we find different city. It's okay.
And only the French companies are operating. That means you have Air France and all these local ones, but that's all. And everything was overbooked. So with so much struggle, we could find one spot. So we had to choose.
No, it wasn't actually us to choose. I think they just gave my name.
Yeah,
I mean, of course, we could.
Because when we got her name, she proposed me. Do you want to go in my place? I said, like, no, just like go. So it was this moment where she was flying, and I still, and I stayed for 2 more days, like in Martinique. Luckily, she could catch all her connections, and I had to organize everything for the trip.
So you didn't make it?
No, on a distance, I had to miss 2-3 connections, and let's say around 1,500 euros to get back to Europe, one-way flights. So but the funny thing is the posing moment at 3 p.m. when we were supposed to board, and I was like,
and since that time, I never said again, oh, I wish I could stay longer. No, because then it was like, oh, it's so nice, so why don't we stay longer? No. We don't use this phrase anymore. So
I think also the moments we were in South Africa before the first lockdown, we were not sure about coming back.
Same. Yeah, that was the second.
And we're like with Tromboran,
Yes. Hi to guys from Zamboanga, and thank you to all the organizers from the festival because they really cope with it in a good way. We felt safe.
So what happened there?
No, we could get through the last month.
For me, it was a bit funny because I went just before the first lockdown. I went to Brussels for 2 days, and just before the show, my friends write me, "Hey, you know what? Italy, it's in red zone. You cannot go back because I'm supposed to be in Belgium, in Poland for 1 day, go back to Italy, and then fly to South Africa." And so you cannot go back. Okay, so I decided, okay, I stay in Poland with my one backpack, and then I fly to South Africa. But then, after 12 hours flight, I'm leaving Poland, it's okay, I arrived there, they tell me Poland is closing. Okay, another one.
She was homeless actually.
Yeah.
She couldn't go to Italy, she couldn't go to Poland.
Great. But at the end we managed.
We all have COVID stories.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I cannot send kids.
Yeah.
She's Polish, that's why she knows how to write my surname.
Hey, Talal, the last thing you look amazing. Hey, Edyta. So she didn't say you look amazing. Thank you, Evelina. Hey, Talal, you're super handsome, and Edyta, nothing.
I think I'm done with the questions. I gotta leave some for Edyta for our interview.
Good.
Until next time.
Yeah. Would you like to add anything?
Happy 7 years.
But yeah, we hope we can get back to the stages soon, or at least to the social dancing.
Yeah. If there's any underground festival anywhere else in the world, we take it.
I went to an underground kizomba party last night.
Shouldn't say it.
I didn't say it, and I'm gonna say where. You have hair. There's no how are you dealing with dancing together in COVID? They moved to Poland. Salsa Libre is still open.
Yes, guys, come to Salsa Libre.
Please, we can train. All right, guys. Have a great day.
Yes, thank you for this.
Again, El Sol has been moved to May. El Sol social edition to 7th to 9th of May. I really feel gutted because next week we will be actually meeting all at Sangate.
Yeah.
It would be next weekend,
I'm
right?
gonna go put some flowers in there next
Yeah.
For me, I've been doing this for 15 years. Every November, 15 years. It's a really long time. So I always, whenever autumn came, I saw, okay, there's autumn, and then I woke up mid-November, oh, there are no leaves, you know, because I had no perception of reality in the stress, and now I'm actually noticing the leaves down.
Like to be strange.
Like I'm experiencing a November and October for the first time in 15 years.
Yeah, true.
So, but yeah, it's like a war. We have no influence.
Yeah.
Evelina, don't worry, you can replay it later. Wieliczka was underground. Yeah, we remember that. Yeah.
I went there once. Yes.
I say góra.
Yes, Góra? Co?
Góra.
Katarzyna Góra.
Mhm.
Missing us all already, yeah. So are we. But
Okay.
at least I got them here today. All right, guys. Have a good day, and we'll be preparing an interview with Edyta only. It's going to be really weird.
Speak more about that.
It's going to be all about you, but it's going to be weird for us talking in English, just the two of us.
Yeah.
But we'll do that for you. So stay tuned, probably in about 3-4 weeks. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy.
Buziaki, papa.
Bye, guys. Mentally healthy as well. Bye-bye.